Picture waking up one day and realizing that everything you thought was real about your life might actually be a show. To the outside world, things look perfect. Smiling photos on red carpets, glossy magazine covers, and the image of a marriage that seems flawless. But behind that polished exterior, something unsettling may be happening. The internet is buzzing with rumors that Justin Bieber feels his marriage to Hailey isn't real, and that he regrets the moment he said, "I do." At first glance, this sounds like another exaggerated headline meant to grab clicks. But people can't help wondering if there's a bigger truth hidden underneath. Celebrity blogs and fan accounts are picking apart the smallest details, trying to connect the dots. They highlight Justin's social media posts, where he's called himself unworthy, selfish, and even a fraud. Heavy words like these carry weight, especially when spoken by someone with such a huge platform. Fans start to question whether those confessions are about his inner struggles, or if they're hints about problems in his relationship. If Justin feels like he's faking it in life, does that mean he feels the same way about his marriage? Hailey has responded in her own way. In interviews, she admitted that constant gossip has made her feel like she's losing her mind. She described how exhausting it is to hear over and over that her marriage isn't strong enough or that she and Justin rushed into it. Imagine building a life with someone you love, only to have strangers insist it's doomed every time you leave the house. That's the pressure she's under daily. And then fans notice something else. At several events and in photos, Hailey wasn't wearing her wedding ring. She never explained why, but the absence sparked more whispers. For people watching closely, a missing ring is never just a fashion choice. To them, it's a signal that something is wrong. Still, despite all the speculation, no interview or statement exists where Justin flat out says his marriage is fake or that he wishes it never happened. What we do have are vague social media posts, captions filled with emotion, and moments where he looks distant. From these fragments, the media spins entire stories. A single word or gesture gets magnified, and before long, it becomes evidence of a failing marriage. The public is divided. Some fans are convinced the rumors are real. They see Justin's cryptic messages as cries for help, proof that he's stuck in a situation he no longer wants. They argue that his language, guilt, shame, regret, feels too heavy to be about ordinary stress. Others take a different stance. They believe Justin is simply being open about his mental health and personal battles. For them, his posts aren't about Hailey at all, but about the pressure of fame and identity. From this perspective, Hailey ends up being unfairly dragged into the storm. Critics target her for what she wears, how she acts, or even when she chooses to stay silent. As for the missing ring, supporters argue it could mean nothing, just a matter of comfort or style. People are also connecting the dots to bigger changes in their lives. Hailey recently became a mother, and adjusting to parenthood can challenge even the strongest relationships. Sleepless nights, shifting priorities, and emotional ups and downs take a toll. Now add to that the constant spotlight of fame. Every stumble becomes news, every argument magnified. Living with millions of eyes on you is like being trapped in a glass box where nothing remains private. Meanwhile, Justin is still trying to balance music with his personal life. His songs have always mirrored what he feels inside. If he's carrying guilt, regret, or confusion, it's only natural for it to slip into his lyrics. That honesty could make his music even more powerful. But the flip side is risky. One emotional line in a song could be taken as a confession about his marriage, igniting even more rumors. All this speculation takes a heavy toll. Imagine being Hailey, constantly second-guessed by strangers who know nothing about your real life. The missing ring becomes proof of betrayal in their eyes. Your mental health suffers when every choice is dissected. For Justin, the pressure is just as harsh. His entire career is built on how people view him, and these stories can twist that image, making him seem like a man drowning in regret. Tabloids thrive on drama. Justin regrets marrying Hailey is the kind of headline that guarantees attention. But if you look closely, no one has ever heard him say those exact words. What we see are shadows, phrases filled with doubt, not clear declarations of failure. It's like spotting smoke and assuming there's a raging fire. Even though you can't actually see the flames, when you piece it together, you find fragments, emotional Instagram posts, a missing ring, the stress of parenthood, public pressure, and fan theories. Some fans interpret this as undeniable proof that Justin is unhappy in his marriage. Others brush it off as ordinary struggles being blown out of proportion. But one thing stands out. There is some kind of shift happening. Whether it's within Justin, Hailey, or both, something feels unsettled. The moment that rumor hit the internet, fan communities erupted. Longtime followers began studying Justin's posts like detectives, searching for hidden meanings in every caption. When he says, "I feel unworthy" or "I feel like a fraud," they don't see it as him opening up about fame or anxiety. To them, it's about Hailey. They interpret these lines as regret, directed at choices he made years ago when he decided to marry her. But not everyone buys into the idea that Justin's posts are about his marriage. Another side of the fandom argues that it's unfair to twist every single word into some kind of hidden confession. They remind people that Justin has always been open about his struggles with mental health, his faith, and his search for identity. Why can't his words be about him trying to make sense of his own life instead of a coded message about Hailey? That's where the fan war starts. Some feel like the media is intentionally turning his pain into a scandal, because headlines about regret and divorce sell better than a story about a man dealing with sadness. Let's be real, Justin feels sad won't spread nearly as fast as Justin regrets marrying Hailey. Hailey hasn't been spared from the backlash either. Every time she's photographed, people are quick to criticize. If she looks too serious, they call her cold. If she smiles, they say it looks fake. Even her fashion choices or moments when she isn't wearing her wedding ring get picked apart. The timing couldn't be more difficult for her. Adjusting to motherhood is already overwhelming, both physically and emotionally, but doing it while millions of people are watching every move makes it 10 times harder. Some fans genuinely feel sympathy, saying she deserves more understanding and space. Others accuse her of chasing fame and then complaining when the pressure becomes unbearable. Either way, the constant judgment has to feel suffocating, like living in a glass cage where everyone has an opinion on how you breathe. This tension doesn't just touch their personal lives, it spills over into their careers. Justin has always been one of the biggest names in music, but when his marriage is painted as fragile, people start questioning his focus and stability. Music executives, brand partners, and collaborators all pay attention to the image he projects. If the public starts believing he regrets marrying Hailey, they might also assume he's spiraling back into the struggles he's faced before. That perception could lead to delays, canceled projects, or even Justin pulling away from the spotlight altogether, like he's done in the past. But there's also another angle. Justin has always been able to take personal chaos and turn it into art. Think about songs like Sorry or Lonely. Both came from moments of heartbreak and pressure, and fans connected with them deeply. If he really is battling confusion or regret right now, those emotions could fuel some of his most raw and powerful music yet. It's the painful irony of being an artist. Your darkest struggles often produce the most meaningful work. For fans, that might mean hearing lyrics that cut deeper than ever before, even if those songs come from a place of real pain. Hailey's career is also tied to this storm. Her image is built on beauty, lifestyle, and glamour blended with relatability. Brands choose her because she represents a balance between being aspirational and approachable. But if the public starts believing her marriage is crumbling or that Justin regrets being with her, it cracks that image. It creates a disconnect. Why would people buy into her vision of a happy, put-together life if she herself seems to be living through chaos? That's why these stories don't just sting emotionally. They also have financial stakes. Their circle of friends and family has reportedly tried to protect them from the noise. But how do you really block out a storm this big? Every time you open your phone, there's another headline. Every day, someone online is dissecting your life like it's an ongoing reality show. It's not just gossip anymore. It's a non-stop current of opinions and theories that bleeds into every part of their existence. Even fans themselves are split. Some are defensive and loyal, some are disappointed, and others are simply hungry for answers. And in today's age, fans aren't just spectators, they're active participants. They create TikToks breaking down theories, spread hashtags, and spin narratives that the media then amplifies even further. So where does it go from here? There are a few possible paths. Justin and Hailey could step out together, united, and directly address the rumors. A heartfelt interview, a social media post, or even just being seen together in a natural and loving way could calm the speculation. But they could also choose silence, stepping away from the spotlight in hopes that the noise will fade. The problem is, silence often makes rumors grow louder, giving people more space to imagine the worst. And then there's the hardest option. What if the rumors aren't completely baseless? What if there really are struggles they can't hide forever? If that's true, then a separation or a public acknowledgement could eventually happen. What's certain is that the world isn't going to stop watching. Every time Justin writes a lyric, every time Hailey steps out in public, even the smallest details will be analyzed. A smile, a missing ring, a cryptic message. Everything will be treated like evidence. The longer things remain unclear, the bigger the stories will become. For Justin, it's a constant struggle between wanting to keep his pain private and being forced to live under a spotlight. For Hailey, it's about bracing herself for criticism no matter what she does. Whether she speaks out, stays quiet, wears her ring, or leaves it at home. The headline, Justin Bieber confesses marriage feels fake and wishes he never married Hailey, has already gone beyond just being a rumor. It has become a narrative that shapes how people see both of them, whether it's true or not. The belief itself has power. And while maybe one day the truth will come out, for now, the mystery lingers. And fans continue to watch, debate, and search for the next clue. So we're left with a story that's still unfolding. Maybe Justin is struggling with regret, or maybe he's just working through personal battles unrelated to Hailey. Maybe Hailey is quietly enduring more than people realize, or maybe she's stronger than the critics give her credit for. What's undeniable is that their lives have become an open book to the public, even when they never asked for it. Thank you for watching. We've gone through the rumors, the reactions, and where this all might lead. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Justin truly regrets his marriage? Or is this storm something built by fans and the media? And if you want to stay updated, remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss what happens next. This story is far from finished.